I'm going to say it's probably in CQ roll call, where they talked about Drowsy Don in the Oval Office. So I'm going to let you unpack that, John. How drowsy is Donnie?
Well, let me start with FIFA, and let me
Yes.
address you directly. Let me address you directly, FIFA, because I think I don't know how many millions of people, but we got a bone to pick because that whatever that was on Friday. I fired off a tweet. What in the world is it? It's a mismatch of all these competing things. And why is Kevin Hart not funny? Maybe the funniest little guy on the planet. And then they also managed to make the funniest big man on the planet, Shaquille O'Neal, not funny. Shaq is just a big goofball who loves life. He likes to joke around. As they say on The Sopranos, Shaq loves to bust balls. And somehow these guys are on stage like trying to not be funny. So, okay, what was this draw show? For 2 hours, the only thing not happening, they weren't drawing anything. It, it was a celebration for and of Donald J. Trump. And, this is the global game. I'm not the biggest football fan in the world, but I love the World Cup like everybody else. Once they get to the knockout tournament, very exciting stuff. And this was not about that. It wasn't about the game. It was about something else. And I thought it was pretty embarrassing. And, pivoting off that, Trump did look more awake Friday during the FIFA event at the Kennedy Center. That was not always the
Trump
case. So I
Center?
talked to, well, I don't know. I don't know if he actually announced that or if he might do that today. We'll see. But he did joke about it earlier in the week.
Yes.
And he already put his name on the former U.S. Institute of Peace, even though the statute does say that its name is the U.S. Institute of Peace. I guess that'll be for another court to sort out. I don't have time to mitigate that one. But I talked to some Democratic lawmakers and even some Republicans who haven't loved in recent weeks that the president has appeared to nod off in public. Some of them say, and you can listen to Republicans on this one a little bit more because we know he's on the phone a lot overnight. So they're still getting calls from Trump at all hours of the night and morning. So the Republicans are kind of brushing it off like, well, maybe he's just not getting enough sleep. Maybe he shouldn't, be calling some of us at, 2 a.m. And he should be asleep so he can be awake and attentive to the matters of state or his family business. I added that last part. And then Democrats say that it shows a stunning amount of hypocrisy because of all the Sleepy Joe stuff for 4+ years. He still drops Sleepy Joe once a day now to attack Biden. And now he's the one in the Oval and the cabinet room nodding off. I want to give a hat tip to the pool camera guys from Tuesday at the White House as they fixated not on the cabinet members speaking, but on the nodding off president of the United States. And they were able to document at least 5 or 6 times he was out. And when Rubio's talking to him near the end of this thing, and Rubio's sitting to his immediate right, and Trump's body lurches forward, as I pointed out in my story. I did that last night on the couch. I was watching football, and I nodded off, and I did the forward thing. We're all humans, and Mr. President, we know it when we see it. So Democrats say it shows he's unfit for office, and they're worried about what happens the next few years. Republicans just say, well, he's a busy guy. He is a little older now, and he should just get more sleep. This is going to be up to voters in the midterms. They're going to give us a clue of where they're thinking about 2028 when we get to November's midterms, because he's not going to be on the ballot. But in a lot of ways, in a lot of places, this will be a referendum on Trump and his age.
Yeah. Well,
look, that we heard that during the first Trump administration, and I think we're still waiting for his MRI.